This is the education system in America, guys. 18 years old, about to graduate high school. I don't know the difference between a circle and an uncircled.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What is up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome back to Reddit on Wiki, where we scour Reddit in search of some of the wildest stories the internet has to offer. My name is Josh Shell, and back at it again are my co-hosts, John Consignato and Sean Salvino. What's up, boys?
Look at that Chris Evans in the house today.
I know, sharp cut.
Yeah, I had to trying to keep up with Sean. He's looking too fly on the show, so
he's trying to get his title of thirst trap back. That's what's happening.
I'm gonna have to fight for it.
No.
I don't like being not the handsomest guy in this trio.
Yeah,
guys, we're all equally handsome. We're all equally handsome.
No. Says the most handsome guy.
Yeah, says the most handsome guy.
First he takes that title from me, and then he takes Am I the Asshole from me last week.
What a dick.
Ridiculous.
Hey.
Just kidding, Sean. We love you. Please, let's not start this way. Let's not start this way, guys. Come on.
I was doing you a service.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciated it, Sean. You did an excellent job covering for me last week.
I did my best. I tried.
You did phenomenal, my guy.
I am still recovering. It's been like a goddamn week and a half long process.
Holy.
I don't know what it is, but...
Got like bronchitis, strep throat. What you got?
I think it could have been strep throat now that I'm looking back on it, but...
Jeez.
I did not go to the doctor, so I should have.
Ooh.
It's my own fault. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get into some of the assholes.
Let's do it.
On today's episode, we have a husband with too many chores, a mom teaches her kids how to address someone, a girlfriend has an embarrassing costume, a mother-in-law...
I wanted to read that one. Oh, man. I love when you pick the ones that I see ahead of time.
I'm like 4 for 4 now. At least episodes where you wanted to read one.
You want to read them?
Good.
I'll just skip through it, dude. I'm just like, you know what? I don't even want to read anything.
Well, I see this. I see the title, and I'm like, oh, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah. We have a mother-in-law who insists Opie's daughter doesn't have a real vagina.
Asshole.
And we cap off the episode with a girlfriend who starts losing her mind. So I'm only doing 5 today because that last one is very long, but it also
Are there bed bugs again?
Yeah, I was about to ask. Has she checked her bed?
She's hallucinating off the bed bugs.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'll spoil it a little bit. It does not have to do with bed bugs.
Damn.
But that one had a ton of impressions on our subreddit. I think almost like 250,000 impressions. So I figured we had to do it.
Dang.
So then after that, for the patrons, we have the exclusive stories with a classmate who fakes a seizure and
asshole.
An OP scares their coworker along with an update. And both those stories are submitted by the goats, Turtles and Minscore. So you know they're going to be good.
Uh-oh. Let's do this.
So if you want to hear those 2 stories and get ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network and sign up today. Boys, are we ready to hop into the stories?
Let's do it.
Let's hop into some assholes today already.
Whoa.
Nope.
Damn it.
Maybe? Yeah.
Let's.
Oh, no. I take it back. Not the twisting motion.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't get that and keeps us monetized. So
it's been what? It's been 4 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe. I think we'll be all right.
Speaking of monetization, do we not? Is asshole not a bad word? That's okay. It's just
YouTube's
the hard
weird.
F.
YouTube's weird. Certain words they don't like. I don't know. They've never.
Maybe it's because it's a pop culture thing already. That's why.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because there's a lot of Am I the Asshole channels too. So I don't see them getting in trouble for that.
Yeah, there are some channels with just "Am I the Asshole" in the title. It's like
in the title.
True.
Yeah, I'm like bold, but it's working. So who's to argue with that?
Maybe we should start.
Let's avoid it just in case.
True.
All right, so let's start with the first story. And this one's cross-posted by Thanos was right 96.
Again,
am I the asshole?
Thanos was right.
He was. I think you've made that joke before.
I know. That's why I said again.
No, literally
okay.
every time that we use Thanos is right. Honestly,
I say it.
He was right.
So am I the asshole for not keeping up with my wife's cleaning demands?
Yes.
I'm torn. I gotta
John's
go
thinking.
opposite.
You're going to go opposite. Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Maybe sometimes the demand is too high.
Oh, okay. You're thinking like, well, I don't know. What would be a
They
high
expect
demand?
maybe they expect perfection. You see, I didn't use it.
You didn't.
Wow.
I don't know. We'll
Wow.
see. We'll see.
Is this reverse
I gotta go
psychology
opposite because
working
Sean
on
said,
me? Do I want you to say it?
"Do you want me to say it?" Because
I
I'm
don't
more than
know.
happy to say it.
I'm conflicted, but I will say, statistic wise, I feel like, no disrespect to our gender, but maybe a little disrespect. I feel like on average, we're probably a little bit dirtier. And I will say,
That is true.
Yeah.
I feel like math would work out for me that this guy's just not pulling his weight, but we will see.
Okay.
We shall see. I just gotta go opposite your way, but
I mean, you don't have to, but
don't
I
have
guess
to. No
yeah,
one's
but you kind of made it a
demanding.
bit now. All right.
that was my bit last week. Okay.
Well, you know what? It's still AAPI month, all right? So I'm stealing your shit.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Just take over
Josh
the
really
script
tried to get a haircut to make us forget that it was our month over here.
Seriously,
How dare you.
trying to
Trying to steal the
distract the
shine
people?
during our month, Josh.
How dare
you?
My bad. I'll wear a mask of some sort. Just
Just getting
just cover
more
my
and more
face.
attention, huh?
Wear this mask that you got me for my birthday.
Oh
Does
yeah.
it fit, by the way?
Hell no, my head's too big, bro.
Damn it.
God damn it.
I
Put it on Chloe.
I gotta buy a little mannequin head.
Yeah, we made sure to get a man's, a man size, not a child
Dude,
size.
This dome, gigantic, bro.
Well, what's your fitted cap size?
Filled with filth and other shit. What?
What's your fitted cap size?
Whatever. I don't even know.
Okay.
I haven't worn like a fitted hat in forever, so I don't know.
I was gonna say that's good to know if we ever buy you a hat from the merch store. We'll
Yeah,
The
no, it's
biggest
large.
largest
one
one
you can
available.
Yeah.
An 8.
All right.
Damn. Okay, not that big, fool. Goddamn.
All right, let's hop into the story and see if this husband is an asshole. So I had a major fight with my wife a few hours ago, and I think strongly I'm in the right. But she is so angry, I almost feel like I'm the crazy one. I'll provide some context. I married my wife 3 years ago, but we have been together for 6. One important thing to note is that she is extremely clean. I regret not moving in together until we married because while I knew she was clean, I didn't know the full extent. Let this be a lesson to live with your partner before marriage. So right off the bat, it sounds like he regrets the marriage.
Marriage?
You know what I mean? Like,
or maybe he just wishes he had like time to get used to it before marriage. I don't know.
I
guess
don't
it's
know
been 3
what
years though,
everyone's
right?
quirks is.
Yeah,
I
but it's
don't
been 3
Yeah,
years. You
maybe.
think he'd be used to it?
Yeah, I think you're right. It does sound like he's regretting this marriage altogether.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's wild. For being clean. That's extreme, I think. But she is the reason why our house looks like a model home. She hates dishes in the sink. Well, I'm content to let them sit there for a couple days. She spends her days off scrubbing bathrooms because in her mind, they should be cleaned weekly. She doesn't let me bring my shoes inside and insists I shower.
Right. I'm feeling right.
Insists I shower immediately when I get home before lying in bed. There are a million more things, but hopefully you get the idea. I would say the only weird one is the showering in bed before you get into bed.
I still
that's
think
mandatory.
this sounds like an extreme form of cleanliness, though. So
Honestly,
ones
I
don't seem
don't think
that
it's
bad.
that crazy. No shoes in the house, normal for an Asian household.
And Canadians.
Bathrooms on the weekly.
the dishes was wild.
A couple days in the dishes is
It's
wild.
wild.
Yeah.
Don't leave
Wait.
dishes there for
Wait, wild on her part for wanting it clean?
wild
or
on his part that he
No,
leaves
on his
there
Oh,
for
okay.
a
I thought
couple
you were
days.
saying
I'm like,
OP was wild. I was like,
No,
no, a couple
fuck
days.
that.
You trying to get roaches?
That's like a college house.
Is that you?
Octa.
Yeah. I feel like so far her demands are fine. I feel like
Yeah.
the shower thing, demanding the shower,
A little weird.
I wouldn't say crazy though, because you know how
No.
because you don't wear Like I learned this after being married, but like outside clothes should not go in the bed for sure.
Fair enough.
So like you can't just like wear jeans and then hop in bed with your jeans. Like I used to do that all the time.
Hell nah.
I used to be a dirty single man and not care. Like right after work, I'd like just bam, hop in bed, play PlayStation, and then I learned, that's not clean. And she's right. Yeah, all the places I sit, just exist in, probably should not be welcomed into the bed. So
that's fair.
Showering beforehand, I feel like if you are wearing pants and long sleeves all day and then you get into bed, you're mostly clean. I don't know.
Yeah. Might be a little sweaty, I guess. That's the only thing. Yeah. But I'm a morning shower. That's why I think it's weird. I prefer showering in the morning to wake me up. So it'd be weird to do
night
both.
Shower.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just that's kind of the preface. So this all didn't start hurting our marriage until we had kids. We have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I left work when our youngest was born, and that is when our disagreement on how to clean the home started. She expects me to do most of the chores now when it used to be primarily her. And I wouldn't mind if they were reasonable. She wants the kids to have a bath every day, and I think every 1 to 3 days is fine. She wants all their toys put away by the end of the day, and I think there's no point when it'll be a mess again. She wants the dishes done daily, and she wants all the house bedding washed weekly. She wants me to vacuum weekly. She wants me to mop every 3 to 4 days, since her logic is the kids spend a lot of the time playing on the floor. They will not be sick or hurt if I mop every 2 weeks, though. Because I don't play along with most of her demands, she ends up being the one to do most of the housework when she gets home or on her rare days off. She works 40 to 80 hours a week, so it is a lot, but she does it to herself. I feel I do what is reasonable.
I've been there. It's not fun.
No. This all built up to today. She got home and saw I hadn't washed the dishes yet, and there was still grease and some food in the pans on the countertop. Also, I hadn't brought in the trash cans from the previous 2 days when they were emptied. She flew off the handle, calling me lazy and a slob. She said she would like for me to return to work since in her eyes, I'm doing a poor job and using the money to hire a weekly housekeeper and a nanny who wouldn't leave the kids in their PJs all day. I got pissed and told her that she is crazy and she works herself up over small things, and I will not be leaving my kids with a stranger. She packed up a bag for herself and our babies and headed to her mom's house. I'm furious. Am I the asshole?
This one's kind of hard. I'm not going to lie to you.
I was going to say they both suck a little bit.
I think he sucks fully.
He sucks like for real. Like
he's the asshole.
I think he's lazy.
He's not great.
But
lazy.
But blowing up on a partner, had this been on the other way around, we would say it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if this was a man expecting the mother to clean and do all the chores, I think we'd be like, oh, he shouldn't be yelling at her. But, roles reversed. Yeah, but it's a man staying home.
But she's made these asks like over time. Like it's been quite a few years, right?
But like I could see her flipping if they were single, like, or they didn't have any children. But having children, that's a full-time job as it is. And flipping on your husband for like those standards, like I said, had that been flipped and the guy blew up on the wife, we would be flaming his ass to death.
But then again, is he taking care of the kids completely if they're still in their PJs? I mean. So like I would, if he's taking care of the kids, then yes, that's a full-time job. Like it'd be hard to get all those things in on top of taking care of the kids. But if the kids are still in their PJs and, and stuff, then you got to wonder if how well he's doing at taking care of the kids.
Yeah. And like dishes in the sink for days and trash cans out on the.
That's slob as fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. That is disgusting.
Lazy. That's lazy. Right. And like, I don't know. You could maybe negotiate the mopping and stuff like that. But like, yeah, absolutely. Like vacuuming and stuff like that is needed, especially when you have kids in the house all day.
Facts.
Yeah. I think for sure that they should get a maid service.
Maid, right.
Which I think
if he's scared of like letting a nanny come take care of the kids, which is, I understand. I know some,
that's fair. Yeah,
that's fair. It's hard to, in all honesty, it's hard to give full judgment on this without like us not having kids.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
But I
he
feel
sucks
like,
the most. Don't get me wrong. Like, but
no,
he sucks a little bit too.
Yeah, she's working 80 hours. Like, especially because it's not like she's just foregoing the chores. Like she's working the 80 hours and then coming home and then still doing the chores.
Doing a chores, right?
Like there's got to be some sort of compromise over there. And it sounds like you're just
it
it is what it is.
A lot of the work is kind of what I'm at, where it's like she's clearly like fed up with him because she's cleaning when on her days off and when she gets home from work, and like that can be annoying. I get that.
Yeah.
So I understand why she blew up at him personally, and like I don't think her at saying like, hey, either get a job or like start, picking up around the house, like that's a fair ask, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going, he's the full asshole and she's fine.
I'm
don't
with
think
you.
She did anything wrong.
I'm just like 25% he should get some slack because he's taking care of the kids. But again, we don't know how well he's doing if the kids are still in their PJs.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
It's a give and take. That's like the one fact we know about him so far is that the kids are still in their PJs. He could be doing a great job otherwise, playing with them, teaching them, all that stuff. We have no idea.
He just throws Bluey on and sits there.
Dude, such a good show. I could watch Bluey by myself.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going 90% like he sucks and 10% she kind of sucks. Because I don't know. Like, I feel like both of them needs to have that conversation where there's a compromise between her standards of clean and his standards of clean. And they need to meet halfway there. Because if he thinks that is an unrealistic bar and he can never meet it, then there's going to be a resentment that's going to grow like between them two.
Right.
So,
yeah, I'm sort of with you. I feel like the compromise shouldn't be in like what they find clean. I feel like what she finds clean is acceptable. They need to come to a compromise of like what chores they can each do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find something that you're both great at. So that way, like that could be done the way you want it done.
Yeah, I don't know what he's good at house cleaning though. It doesn't sound like maybe they should
dishes
just
for sure not one.
Maybe he should go to work. It sounds like he's not doing a very good job. But I do have a Wikimaniac comment here that I think encapsulated most of the Wikimaniacs comments on the post. So this one comes from Miyuki _M. They say, guys like this are why so many women are happier being single. After all the comments, he still characterizes it as helping more around the house in his edit. Oh, yeah. Sorry. He says,
he has some edits.
just one edit. It says, so I'm the asshole. The common belief is I need to help more around the house. I'll see what I could do and apologize to my wife. Thanks. So continuing
I'll see
on.
what I can do.
I'll see what I can do.
Damn.
So, he still characterizes it as helping more around the house in his edit, as opposed to acknowledging that he's fucking nasty. He clearly doesn't see it as his job to share the responsibility for maintaining his own damn house. This in spite of being a stay-at-home dad. So that was kind of the general consensus.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it is fair. Yeah, just like she pushed a baby out and then went to work. That sounds of it fairly soon after.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that makes my beginning argument a little bit invalid because what do you call it? If the mom is a stay-at-home,
if you flip it,
if you flip it, then it should be the same. No, yeah, it shouldn't be exactly the same because you at the end of the day you didn't push a baby out, which is
so
incredibly traumatic.
My question is, I wonder like if there's any other information like why she chooses to work 80 hours a week by her choice. Is that what I heard?
That's what he frames it as, but I don't know whether it's like sometimes her job.
Surprised. Some people are workaholics. It's
that is
a
true.
bad thing.
Yeah, So I definitely think with the context given, he's the asshole in my mind. If there was more context around like maybe she chooses to stay at work more and like avoid the housework.
She don't want to avoid the home, but that's neglecting her kids and essentially
right. But this is like extrapolating, and we don't know for sure. So
I would say if she's coming home and cleaning after it, she's not working 80 hours by choice.
Yeah, that's also what I'm thinking. But
that's how I would assume it.
Yeah.
But again, all assumptions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's 100%. But yeah, Reddit deemed them the asshole. So I'll.
That's fair though. To be honest.
I think we're all in agreement.
Nasty ass pig.
That he's a nasty asshole. But we were just like, it's hard.
We can kind of see.
Yeah, just a little bit of empathy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, we'll head into the next post. This one was cross-posted by Phoebe the Fan, and it's Am I the asshole for telling my kids to call his friend's mom Mrs.?
Just like how we're telling you to
depends.
call our parents tita.
And I did.
Is it the situation?
Could be that.
I mean, if you don't know his friend's mom's like what they identify as, then like insisting that they call them Mrs. could definitely make you the asshole.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm conflicted. No prediction on this one.
Wow.
I don't either. I don't either. That's
I
because
stumped
actually I
Sean.
was gonna kind of go. I was kind of go like what Sean was saying too, but he beat me to it.
Damn. Okay. Well, I like it. I like stumping you guys. This is good. Let's hop into it.
On
So,
our month,
what else?
Josh. On our month.
you guys won't believe this. He made us look stupid on our month. And got a
It's not
haircut.
the first time.
Am I
How
the
dare
asshole?
he.
Absolutely.
Always. So I, 34 female, have a son who we'll call Steve, 6 male, who is friends with another boy I'll call John, who is also 6 male. Steve and John frequently play together at John's house, and usually John's father, Mike, is home because he works from home. But only sometimes is his mother, Mary, home as she works as a professor for a local university. When I went to pick up Steve from their house, he said, quote, "Bye, John. Bye, John's dad. Bye, Doc," end quote, which threw me off. I asked Steve why he called John's mom Doc, and he said that she told him to call her that instead of Miss John's mom. I told him that her asking him to call her Doc was inappropriate and to only refer to her as Miss John's mom.
No,
Fuck.
you don't get the choice. She asked for what she'd like to be called.
Call
Yeah.
Doc. And she
Yeah.
deserves that title.
John's mom is Tita, okay? That's
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you,
right.
Josh.
When they played again, I went to pick up Steve, and Mary met me at the door. She seemed friendly, but also told me that she preferred being called Doc because she responds to it better, as that's what her students call her, and it's what she hears most often. I told her she's being overly haughty on, and she's no better than anyone else for getting a degree. And then in parentheses,
Nah, she
she
worked
says,
for that. She worked for that.
a PhD. And that it was disrespectful to her husband for her not to use Miss insert husband's last name.
You fucking
Yo, you're
pick-me ass.
wild.
Oh
Fuck
my
OP.
God.
She looked confused and told me that she hadn't changed her last name, so that wouldn't make sense either. I told her that it was proper for my son to use Miss insert her husband's last name so that my son wouldn't get confused. And she reiterated that under her roof, she goes by Doc by her kids' friends, and that's what she's comfortable with. And her husband is supportive as well. I just think she's being overly proud and is setting a bad example for her children.
You're setting bad example for your children, you dumb motherfucker.
Brother.
That I don't want my children exposed to, so I haven't let Stevie go back since. My husband said I may have overreacted though, so I'm now second guessing myself. Am I the asshole?
You should be hell
Yes.
yeah, you are. Because now you're
Obvious.
teaching your kid not to respect people's wishes. If someone, let's say it's another person, and they want to be preferred to be called as another name or different pronouns and all that,
Yeah.
you're teaching your kid not to respect people's wishes, and that is setting them up for failure.
Oh yeah. Well, success in Florida, but you know what?
Oh well, their governor's not the best, so like I could see why.
I'm
it
just
would
talking
be a
about
failure.
their anti-trans bills and stuff like that. But
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
yeah.
Good people. There's some good people there, but like
Yeah,
just like
there's-
Texas, bad
Yeah,
government.
People everywhere that have bad representation.
Yeah, but it's the same as anything else. Like a name. Like someone says, "Hey, my name is this. Can you call me this?" And you call them something else. That's going to be annoying.
Also,
Like-
why would your son be confused? He already was cool with it. He was, had all the names down, still understood that Doc was his friend's mom.
Yeah.
Kid's not confused. What are
You're
you even
confusing
saying?
the kid, if anything.
Exactly.
Honestly, people like kids are born with no biases or no
Yes.
they don't give a shit. You tell them what your name is, they'll call you that. They don't care. They don't have any ill intent.
Nope.
And so if you teach them young, it's not going to be a confusing concept for them going forward.
Mhm.
And yeah, I also you're going to meet people that you have to what does he do when he goes to the doctors? Does he call them Mr. or Mrs.,
Yeah.
whatever? Or does he call them Doc? You know what I mean?
If this kid ends up going to the military, are you gonna call like a drill sergeant Mister? Boy, you gonna get fucked up if you do that.
You're on the front lines now, buddy.
So
Address me
strange.
what I'm supposed to be addressed. Damn it.
I think OP is very insecure about their own
Very.
standings in the world, and
Yeah.
are putting like their self-worth with their job, which is not. Jobs are just a job.
Yeah.
Doc just happens to be what she's used to because it's part of her job, but it's not like.
And she earned that title.
Also, yeah, she earned it.
Yeah.
But it's like just because she wants to call herself Doc or wants people to call her Doc, that has no effect on who you are as a person or what
Mhm.
I don't know what you're so pressed about. It makes no
Yeah.
sense to be this hot and bothered by this.
As
I'll be
hottie,
tripping.
which was the
As
word that she used.
hottie and bothered.
The other thing that I found off-putting was like the definite internalized misogyny where she was like, you have to use your husband's last name because you
That
belong to
too.
him. You know what I mean?
It's weird.
It's like, no.
That's why I said she'll pick me as she's pick me
It
as
sounds
hell.
like
True.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's just like super stuck in old-fashioned ways, or
The
like
1950s.
like had to change her name, so she's like everybody has to change their name.
Yeah. You're not
like
allowed to
that.
vote, actually. That's what. Yeah. Some bullshit.
This reminds me of the your $10 rich episode today, Josh. Kind of the same. The house rules.
Yes. The entitled parents.
Wikimaniacs. If you don't know what we're talking about, sign up for Patreon.
Yes.
For rich.
That world champion tier.
The champions. Yeah. So we do have a couple of Wikimaniac comments on this story. So you hear that, Papas says, there's also like mid scores in between every word, but I wasn't going to read it. So says,
You
quote,
have to.
I am so irritated I'm vibrating. Might ascend to the skies later or slide straight to hell. A PhD is not a real doctor, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's a fancy bachelor's degree, question mark. Good Lord, help me out with this one, please. And then Silent Joe 1986 says, and John will appreciate this one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're not only the asshole, they're a gaping, prolapsed asshole dipped in salt and habanero sauce.
Ooh.
Low-key making me
And,
hungry.
Speaking
That
of being
does sound
hungry,
good.
Sean, we're going to cut to an ad break. And,
Wow.
Get yourself some HelloFresh using our coupon code.
Synergy.
There we go. We'll be right back.
Nice. What's up, Wikimaniacs? You know how your boys love to talk about food, even if it involves Josh talking about taco sauce.
Hey, come on, man. Not the time.
All right, boys, be nice. But let me talk to you about HelloFresh. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of mealtime this spring by delivering pre-portioned ingredients and easy-to-prepare recipes right to your door. Skip the checkout lines and get outside in the warmer weather because HelloFresh has dinner covered.
Speaking of tacos and sauce, spend less time in the kitchen with the quick and easy meals like HelloFresh's fast and fresh pineapple chicken tacos or falafel power bowls, ready in 15 minutes or less.
And while I'm a professional at eating meals, I am a rookie when it comes to cooking. HelloFresh's foolproof recipes arrive pre-portioned and easy to prepare in just a few steps, so even I can follow it. I have a few set favorites, but by far my favorite is the miso honey glazed salmon. Ooh, delicious. The box was shipped to my door, got it out of the box, read the instructions, got to cooking, and a few minutes later, I'm rubbing my belly and doing my happy dance from all the deliciousness.
Ooh, so Wikimaniacs, make sure to go to HelloFresh.com/RedditOnWiki50 and use the code RedditOnWiki50 for 50% off. Plus, your first box ships free.
Once again, go to HelloFresh.com/RedditOnWiki50 and use code RedditOnWiki50 for 50% off. Plus, your first box ships free.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
And we're back.
Whoa.
Hopefully, you filled your bellies and are ready for some more. What do you say? Prolapsed assholes dipped in salt and habanero hot sauce.
That sounds
Delicious.
painful on the way out.
It's quite the visual.
I don't want to think about it.
Who was the actor or the comedian that posted that on his TikTok? Is it
Wait, what?
Howie Mandel? I think he posted that on his TikTok.
He did?
Like a video of his prolapsed asshole?
Of him pooping?
Not his. I think it was just a random video, but he posted it on his TikTok. It was like a year
Did he
ago
get banned?
now. Oh, instantly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But enough people
hell?
saw it and they were like, what the fuck is this? It's a good, wild prank, I guess. I don't know what he's trying to do, but anyway.
For what? Like, what is the prank for?
Like I said, I don't know if it was a prank. I don't know what he was
Maybe
going
he's just trying
for.
to educate people on what that would look like. It's a real problem that happens to some people.
I was having a conversation with my friend. Didn't know what the prolapsed anus was, so I decided I need to educate everyone.
That reminds me of when I was like 18 years old and somebody asked me if I was circumcised or not, and I honestly could not answer them because I did not know what a circumcised and an uncircumcised penis looked like. I fucking Googled that shit. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not, or I am. Because I was like, when I saw it, it looked like a little Eskimo. No, I am. Because when I Googled it, I was like, oh, that's what they mean by hood. Because I was like, is the head a hood? I don't know. The anatomy. This is the education system in America, guys. 18 years old, about to graduate high school. I don't know the difference between a circumcised and uncircumcised penis.
Oh, I will tell you this, though. All y'all kids who are born in like North America or like Western world are lucky as fuck. Because I had to get circumcised when I was 9 and that shit was painful.
Oh,
shit hurts. I had to wear a skirt for like 2 weeks, bro. That shit was painful as hell.
Also, another thing in high school, I thought skirts for men would become a bigger thing by now. It has not happened.
It's pretty big in Scotland. I don't know if you've heard the news.
I was like, dude, kilts are fucking fire. Why are we not wearing
that
kilts?
That look comfy as hell. I'm not gonna
Especially because it's hot as fuck in Texas. Why are we not wearing kilts, man?
Let it breathe down there
butter during the summer.
Yeah, the only high fashion guy I've seen wear a skirt is or a kilt is Kid Cudi. I think maybe Pharrell too.
Harry Styles, didn't he?
Oh yeah, Harry Styles just wears straight up dresses.
Yeah.
Which is also fashionable. He looks cool. But man,
I don't.
Where are we
I
at?
can pull it off, but he can.
Can we start wearing some skirts and shit?
Oh well,
I can't pull it off, bro. I got so much. I can't in Texas.
I will die probably.
True. Maybe in liberal Ottawa, I can try.
Maybe when I visit you.
I'll rock it with you.
But then it'll be too cold. It won't be the correct temperature for a skirt for me.
You know another cool guy that rocks a kilt, Sean? Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, baby. One of the biggest wrestlers ever.
Oh, there you go.
I wonder if our Discord member, the cooler Sean, if he's ever rocked a kilt.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, he has. He'd be posting shit like on a Discord channel. It's pretty cool.
Man, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's the cooler Sean.
Shout out Sean on our Discord. All right. Well, speaking of dressing up, we got the next story.
Ooh.
Wow, the synergy.
Segue.
This one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Being Embarrassed of My Girlfriend's Cosplay? And it is posted, I just found this one on Am I the Asshole, by Correct Midscore Slice, Midscore 3651. So what do you guys think?
I gotta say, yeah, you're an asshole for being embarrassed because, cosplaying is a form of expression. Maybe they want to express themselves a different way. And if you hindering their form of expression, you're kind of a dick.
I will say this. The only way that you should be embarrassed is if it's like, and then also no kink shaming, but if it's like some kind of like, what is it? Some kind of horny My Little Pony cosplay, then maybe you have the right to be embarrassed.
Like a brony?
Yeah, like anything that's a horny version of something that's not supposed to be horny, then I think you can be embarrassed. You don't have to
no
be.
shame.
Everybody has their own thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
I was going to say, if it was racist, you definitely could be. Or cultural appropriation.
Didn't even think about that. A racist cosplay.
I'm shocked.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's a potential.
Yeah. The white guy thinking of cultural appropriation during our month, Sean. What the fuck?
Hey, he's look at how liberal and like proactive he is. This reminds me of like when those white girls like so many years ago were wearing like traditional Chinese or Vietnamese dresses as their prom dresses. And I was like, oh yeah, I would be kind of embarrassed by that if I went to prom with a girl that wasn't Chinese or Vietnamese, and they were wearing that. So
Yeah. Where
So maybe.
so you guys fall on that's embarrassing then?
I would fall on cultural appropriation and
Secondhand embarrassment for me. He'd be like, "Ooh,
it is embarrassing." But just a regular cosplay, I'm feeling like it's probably just gonna be like overly sexual, and then the guy is gonna be like, "I'm embarrassed because my girlfriend's so hot."
because everyone's staring at me at a
'cause
convention where
staring at my
everyone's probably
hot-ass
dressed up."
girlfriend.
I see
Yeah.
what you mean. Okay.
So I'm with John. We're agreeing.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's hop into it and see how this goes. So my 25 male girlfriend, 24, had a double mastectomy 5 years ago. She had breast cancer and thankfully made a full recovery. Unlike a lot of women, she didn't have any reconstructive surgery. This was before I met her. Now, I'm a big anime nerd, and last weekend I invited her to a small anime convention with me. She'd seen a couple episodes of my favorite shows, but she's not into anime. She does like cosplay, though, and she works seasonally as a special effects artist at a haunted house near us. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Too scared to ever go in one, but that's pretty cool.
Hey,
not
Sean,
that
let's
bad.
go. I'll hold your hand the whole time, brother.
No, hell no.
We have a big one.
Unless it's like a Patreon stretch goal for a live stream in a haunted house.
Ooh.
I do that because then I'm
That'd
getting
be
money.
cool.
But just for fun to hang out, hell no. I'm like Nick
Wikimaniacs,
Miller
you have
in
until
New
October.
Girl. This is my nightmare, and then he's starting to get beat up by all the actors in there.
That's funny.
Classic.
So when I asked her to go to the con with me, she asked if she could cosplay, and I said sure.
Hell
She
yeah.
got very excited and said she was going to love her. I was going to love her costume. So I'll admit, I thought she was going to do something sexy for me. Well, not exactly. The day the convention comes and she shows up at my house cosplaying as Dabby from MHA, specifically a look he has later in the manga. It's a long white coat over white pants, no shirt. Her entire chest was exposed as she'd obviously spent hours applying burn makeup, and she has short hair that she dyes constantly, and this time she bleached it white and dyed a few red streaks. I wasn't expecting her to show up without a shirt. Her burn scar makeup only covers half her chest, so you could clearly see her mastectomy scars. It wasn't very attractive costume, especially since she'd
you.
gone all out.
Asshole.
You.
Asshole.
Absolutely fuck you.
Yeah. Especially since she'd gone all out with the scars and made them look raised and kind of realistic. We went to the con, and
That's
a lot of
fucking dope, you idiot.
yeah, it's super cool. And while a lot of people came up to take photos with her, I noticed several others looking at her chest. That evening, she said I'd been quiet all day, and I honestly told her I was a little embarrassed that she was flaunting her mastectomy scars like that. She got mad and said that she was making the best of her situation and said I was being insensitive, and she's been distant ever since. So now I'm starting to feel guilty. Am I the asshole?
Hell yeah,
Yes.
you are, brother.
Yes,
Oh, man.
absolutely. Not even up to debate.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. First off, that could be a super, like a spot of insecurity for a lot of people. And for her to like
Absolutely.
open up and, have that out on display and be like, look, this is me. And then you fucking shut her down along with everybody else and you don't hype her up. Fuck you, man. You fucking suck, dude.
Yeah. You know how many dudes like flaunt, oh, look at this. I got a battle scar. And people are so goddamn proud of it. That's her battle scars, bro.
Yeah.
She's a survivor. She lived through that. And she used what Sean said already. She used a situation that she went through and made it better. Like, damn, she has special effects. What did she do? Special effects. I don't
For
know the
haunted
title,
house.
but
Yeah.
dude, she made a whole ass costume. She went to a convention to make your ass happy because that's what you like. She went all out for your ass, and you're embarrassed of her? You are a douchebag, dude.
Ridiculous. Yeah. And like you guys said, like she went into this like proud to show you and was like hyped
Yes.
up and was like, oh, this is going to be good. And it's something she's not even like super interested in. She's doing this for you more or less, like the
Exactly.
anime stuff. She loves obviously cosplay, but she chose a character that you presumably like from a manga that you like and dressed up and went all out for it. Way more all out than I would go for anything I love because I cannot do special effects like that. That sounds really cool.
That I can afford stuff, so.
That too, yeah. So
I'm with you.
so for you just to shove that back in her face after she went to this convention with you, like for you basically. And it sounded like people loved it. They were probably honestly looking at her chest because like she had all like the cool burn scar,
the cool effects
on her chest. And like, that's honestly probably why they were looking there. They probably weren't thinking anything else. So you assuming
and if they
dickish.
were, sometimes it's just human nature to kind of just be like, oh, what is that? But then like,
but they
it
didn't
seemed
say
like
anything.
everyone was pretty, it seemed like everyone was pretty respectful. Just like, oh my God, your outfit's so fucking cool. Can I take a picture with you type of shit?
Which is super
cool.
He's
an idiot.
Yeah. We have a top comment here. This username is wild. It's Youth in Asia 63, and it's spelled youth like
in Asia.
I got you.
And then in Asia. And the comment is, "Oh, how dare your girlfriend not have a pretty little cosplay outfit? Obviously, she has not gotten the message that her only worth is that she caters to the male gaze. Yeah, you're the asshole," which is 100%. Like, she's not there just to be some sort of prop for men to gaze at. So, don't treat her like that. Oh, all right, boys. The next one
Is this
here.
the long one?
No, this one's not the long one.
One more.
It's the fourth story.
One more, and then we got the long one coming up. All right. On to the next story, which is posted on Am I the Asshole by Butts for Hats.
Ooh.
Great username.
Nice.
Am I the asshole for telling off my mother-in-law for insisting my daughter doesn't have a, quote, real vagina?
No.
The mom probably deserves to get yelled at for that.
Yeah, mom's probably the asshole.
Or mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like the entitled parents. They deserve to be yelled at.
Yes.
Any reasoning behind why you think the mother-in-law would claim that?
It sounds like the kid is trans. They transition and they're bigots and they don't accept that kind of people, I guess.
Fair
That's
enough.
my guess.
I don't know if you can transition that young. I'm not actually sure on the...
How old was the kid?
I guess it doesn't say. To be fair, yes. So you could be right, actually. Now that I think about it,
I feel like I've seen like as young as 5th grade. So what is that, like 10?
I know you can start hormone treatment.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know if you can actually get the
not straight up
surgery until later. But I honestly,
that's true.
That's something I have a blind spot to. I'm not 100% sure. So,
how old was Dwayne Wade's kid, Sean? If you know, because didn't they go through that too?
Yeah, he just talked about that recently.
Me or
I just
Dwayne
don't know
Wade
the specifics.
Dwayne Wade talked about, not
no,
you.
Dwayne Wade.
I was like, I don't remember speaking about this.
Yeah, I don't know how old she was, but all right, let's get into the story and see if the mother-in-law is an asshole. So my 4.5-year-old daughter has a stomach bug and has been having some diarrhea. My wife needed to take our son to an appointment, and I needed to work from home today, so my mother-in-law came to watch after our daughter. My daughter needed to use the bathroom, and I was going to excuse myself from the online meeting, but my mother-in-law said that she had it. A bit later, my daughter came up to me and asked me to wipe her. I said, "Didn't your grandma help you?" She knows how to wipe, but with having diarrhea, we're helping her. She said yes, but grandma wiped wrong. She said grandma wiped inside instead of out, and we've taught her to wipe outside instead of in. I excused myself from the meeting to help wipe my daughter correctly, and I went to find my mother-in-law in the kitchen. I asked her, "My daughter says you wiped inside instead of out." And she said, "I wiped her. You think there's a better way?" I told her it's not really healthy to wipe into the vagina. You need to wipe out. She said, "And you have a vagina?" ? I said, "No, but I have a daughter and I won't let her get infections by wiping poop into her vagina." Seems straightforward. She says, "My daughter doesn't have a real vagina yet, so there's no chance of infecting anything."
What?
I said,
I'm getting
what?
confused by the... Wait,
I am very confused.
Wait, OP is
the mom.
No.
The mom of the kid.
Is the father.
Is the father, yeah. Or,
the father, sorry.
OP
I guess it
is
could be
the father.
It could be like a 2-mother household, I guess. It doesn't say. But yes, presumably.
The parent.
Yeah, the parent. And then the mother-in-law is the one claiming that the daughter doesn't have a real vagina.
Didn't have a real vagina, right?
Yeah.
How is it
Why
not?
would it not be real?
I'm so confused by her logic right now.
Same.
It doesn't get any more clear. So let's get into it. So I then went on to say, what? Of course she has a real vagina. She's a female. My mother-in-law then went on to say, girls don't have a real vagina until they are teenagers. And there's no chance of infection because their vagina doesn't actually develop until they're a teenager. I was dumbfounded and I got angry. I said to her, you're a woman. You raised 3 daughters. I'm married to one. You can't possibly be this stupid. She told me I'm out of line and said that I can't appreciate her help. And then she's leaving. I told her I'm perfectly, in fact, definitely more capable than her for taking care of my daughter and that she's welcome to get out. She did leave. And about 10 minutes later, my wife called me and said that her mom was furious with me and said I was terrible to her and made her leave without any reason. After explaining, my wife is now on my side. So am I the asshole for defending my daughter's real vagina?
No,
okay, I will say this.
Mother-in-law is weird.
The mother-in-law is an asshole and a dumbass. I do think, maybe like, I don't feel like you should be like super mad. I feel like you should just be like, you are really like, cause I don't think she was like singling out your daughter.
Right.
Like as like your daughter for sure doesn't have like, she's just dumb. And so like, I would maybe recognize that she's kind of just an idiot and be like, not go so in, but at
Use
the
it as
same
a
time,
teaching
like,
moment.
yeah, and just be like, actually, that makes 0 sense what you just said. I need to like, but yeah, like I personally cannot ever foresee myself calling my mother-in-law a dumbass, or stupid. Even in this situation, I'd be like, well, things have changed. I don't know. We've learned things. Science has, blah, blah, blah.
You got Google on
The
your phone
vaginas
there,
are
right?
real. You know what I mean?
Let's take a quick search here and just see.
Yeah. Like just do a Google search, shove it in her face that she's wrong. Calling her stupid, I think was maybe, but also it is very stupid. It is very stupid to say
there is a good chance like his daughter could get an infection from that.
Oh,
so
100%.
Absolutely.
I understand him angry about that.
That's true.
And like her pushing back against him, calling him dumb. So I don't know. I guess it's fair, but it's like
that's kind of where I'm at, where I think it was justifiable. Because at the end of the day, it's all about protecting your kid, and he kind of went on full defense.
True. Yeah,
and I don't blame him for that. But to your point, Sean, I get where you're coming from, though. But like,
yeah, I would just use that as a teachable moment. Like, dude, ain't no way you actually believe. Like, what? Why does it? Like, I would like just peel it back like an onion, be like, why is it only real when they become a teenager? How does that make sense to you in your mind? Let's fucking reverse engineer your insane logic.
She probably is considering like where they only get their period when they're teenagers or preteens.
So it's not a real.
What does it have to do with like wiping shit into the coochie though? Like,
no, I know. I'm just saying like that's probably
I know. I get what you're saying. But
all
like,
she's learned
in her mindset. I'm like, it does not make sense.
Yeah. So I guess
the anatomy ain't anatomying, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. It's wild for her not to know, since she raised apparently 3 daughters.
Man,
dude, is a woman herself. So
if they're American, our public education telling us bad, baby.
To be fair, I don't know where they're from. So.
I had to Google uncircumcised penis to know that it looks like an Eskimo wearing a jacket.
Oh my God.
Looks cozy.
It looks like a person.
Look like that, Kenny.
That guy, yeah, that's wearing a hoodie and then it's just cinched all the way.
Oh my God, you killed Kenny.
You did, Sean, when you were 9.
Yeah. No, John did. Mine was dead.
That was me.
I said John, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard you say Sean.
I said
gaslighting us.
Anyway, doesn't matter. I meant John.
Again, racist.
Oh no.
Top comment comes from CC Lower Score Soup, and they say, not the asshole, obviously, but I just want to take a moment and acknowledge that your daughter did such a good job of advocating for herself in that situation.
True.
What a parenting win.
Yeah.
That is.
I hope you and your wife have a talk with her to reinforce that she did the right thing. And I think that's a wonderful takeaway from that story.
Absolutely.
That's really good. Being able to like go to your parent and be like, hey, like my grandparent did something wrong. Yeah. Like family in general. That's very tough for kids a lot of time. And you've raised your kids to have the agency to like stand up for themselves and, you know, like the commenter said, advocate. And I didn't even think about that until you said that. That's a really good point. What a huge parenting fire.
The mom and dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Great parenting. So take with that what you will and teach them proper biology when they grow up.
Teach your mother-in-law proper biology, actually.
I was going to say, it sounds like your daughter knows more about biology than she does already.
Yeah, the daughter has it on lock.
Yeah. All right. With that, we're going to hit an ad break, and then we're going to come back with the long story.
Man, that's so wild. Imagine just shoving like shit in any like orifice. Like, how is that not bad?
No. Let's move on. Let's move on from that.
I'll just rub the shit in my ear. That'll be, that's clean. That's fine.
Any orifice. Yeah.
Yeah. Any orifice. We're like, what? Anyways, sorry.
We'll be right back. And we're back.
And then you just get shit like in your fucking nose. Like, can you imagine? Anyways, yeah. Welcome back, guys.
Hopefully there's not peanut butter in your package because it might look like diarrhea.
Jesus. I hope everyone's wiping themselves properly. That's what I hope for.
Or out.
Or get a bidet. Even better.
Ooh. Yes.
I love mine.
Are you guys a wad toilet paper or a fold toilet paper user?
Fold.
I'm a fold.
Wow. I'm disgusting.
Are you a wad?
I'm a wad.
You animal.
I waste so much toilet paper. But actually not that much because I usually have a bidet.
Oh,
so usually it's just I only need 1 wad after the bidet just to...
Wad.
That's true.
Yeah.
What a wad.
Wet ass dookie.
No.
From the top, make it... It's a wet ass dookie.
There are other waters unite. I won't stand for this. Just like in the comments, people have my back when I said I put, you know, pans or pots.
Oh yeah, fridge. People did have your back.
Yeah, Sean, what are you doing?
God damn it.
Fold your toilet paper.
Yeah, I'm fully against the puns again.
All right, let's move on to the next story because it was a long one. We got to get through it. So it's cross-posted. Oh,
damn.
That looks good.
Fresh baked.
Cross-posted by The Main Pain, and it's titled...
Sounds like my life.
Yeah, true. Am I the asshole for filing for a divorce and disowning half my family?
I'm going to say no.
No, you probably have your reasons. Unless you text your family that, hey, I'm disowning you all.
I'm moving cross-country.
Like that one guy. No, leaving a note on the fridge like, I'm disowning you all.
Oh, yeah, that guy, yeah. Terrible. Also, just to preface this, so like I said, this post was huge on our subreddit.
That's what she said.
Has like nearly, I think I put down 260,000 impressions on that post. I think it's because the post got removed so quickly and people were looking for it. And so this is the only one that people could find. So shout out The Main Pain for cross-posting it.
The Main Pain.
And then trigger warning in this one for gaslighting and mental manipulation. So that.
Oh, so what Josh does to us.
I'm going to say you're not the asshole for sure with that trigger warning.
Well, you don't know which way it is. Could be the other way.
Could be.
We'll see.
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
It could be.
All right, let's get into it.
Manipulating us, Sean. He's doing it again.
It's a long one. Let's get into it. So I, 34 female, and my husband, 36 male, have been married for 6 years. To preface this happened during the winter months. This will make sense later, which I don't think it does. So anyway, but
interesting.
Moving on.
Do they not get sun like you, Josh, during the winter? That's probably
I don't know if the winter part comes into play at all. But,
okay.
Well, they say it does. I don't know where it does, but I have been out of work for 4 months due to layoffs, and no one seems to be hiring. I feel that. After applying to no less than 400 jobs, I finally got a job offer. It started at 8:30 a.m. sharp for my first day. My husband, before bed, reminded me that I should check that my alarms were correct. I checked, they were fine, and we went to bed. I wake up the next morning, and my husband has already gone to work, and I realize that it is 9 a.m. Mortified, I call into my new employer and explain that I would be there as soon as possible. I check my clock, and the alarms were set for tomorrow morning. I get to work and apologize profusely and let them know it will never happen again. That is the worst feeling when you wake up late for work.
It is, and it's like bad impression your first day too.
First day
it
is
kind of
tough.
sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have done that where I go to set my alarm and it's like the next day. I'm like
4 p.m.
So far, this is reminding
4
me of
p.m.,
a
yeah.
story that we did like all the way back last year when the boyfriend kept changing the alarm clock so they wouldn't go to their finals.
Oh,
This was like a long
yeah.
time ago. Long time ago.
That was a long time ago. I do remember that one though. So I told my husband what had happened and he was angry with me. My new employers were gracious in giving me a second chance, so I was adamant I would not be late. The next day rolls around and all is fine. I wake up on time and work went really well. We had a date reservation set for 7:30 p.m. and I was very excited. While getting ready, I caught a call from my husband and he's asking where I am and if I found proper parking. I told him it was only 6:30 and that I was still getting ready to at home. He was super hurt, asking if I forgot the date. Confused, I said, no, I'm getting ready right now. He then tells me it's 7:39. I compared the clock in our kitchen with my phone and it was an hour off. I apologized and started rushing out the door. He accepted my apology, but I could tell he was very hurt and disappointed. The date was quiet and he hardly said a word the whole meal. When we got home, I went to show him the clock kitchen. It now matched the time on my phone and it had jumped an hour at least. My husband was fuming and told me that if I had forgotten or was accidentally late to just own up to it, not to lie to him like a child. I tried to explain, but he shut me out totally and didn't speak to me for the rest of the night. The next day, my alarm went off at 6:30 a.m. and my husband had gone to work and I got ready. Once I got into my car, I saw the clock on my dash read 8:30 a.m. I then checked my phone and it now also read 8:30 a.m.
What the fuck is happening?
To clear it up, she has an alarm clock, like a separate clock, just so that it's not on her phone, just so that everyone knows. Her phone time is different from her alarm clock time.
Yeah.
I'm now tearing up at this point. How did I lose in a whole hour? I called my employer, but no one picked up. When I get to work and read the clock, it showed 5 a.m. exactly. They are still closed.
What the hell is going on?
At this point, I feel like I'm having a mental breakdown. It looks like Sean is as well.
How is every clock wrong?
Different. Every clock is different.
Aren't phones like
Automatic,
connected
right?
to Wi-Fi? Like, is it not
Supposed
auto?
to be. Yeah, you'd think so.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So I'm having a mental breakdown and driving home. I get home and my husband's car is in the driveway. I sit in the car and stare at his plates, reading them over and over to make sure it was the same car. He was not in bed this morning. His car was not in the driveway when I left, and he gets up at 5:30 a.m. and leaves at 6:15 a.m. at the latest. I stormed into the house. He was sleeping soundly in bed and I woke him up crying. Blubbering, I told him about my car clock and my alarm clock. He looks at it and shows the same time as his phone. I dragged him out of bed and showed him the car clock, and it now matches his phone, my alarm clock, and my phone. So they've all synced up now to the same time.
What the fuck?
I start bawling. My husband is freaking out about my behavior and asks me if he needs to take me for professional help. Nothing made sense to me, so I told him that I needed to go to my parents to work through my shit. He insisted that he drove me. The entire way there, he held my hand and said we would work through this together, and when I'm more stable, we can get into therapy.
Get therapy.
There we go. Sorry, I had to break up that.
But make sure to go to the right time appointment, though.
Terrible joke.
Sorry, I had to.
He dropped
It's
me
better
off.
than Make-A-Wish, all right?
Jeez,
Yeah, who said that? That was fucked up.
that was pretty fucked up.
Did that make it to the episode?
Oh, yeah, it
It
did.
did.
It absolutely
Did it?
No one said anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, true. He dropped me off and I looked at the clock and my parents' clock in the living room. They matched. I spilled to my parents about what's been happening. I felt psychotic, and my mom suggested that I put cameras facing my car and change out my alarm clock. This way I could look back and see if I'm missing time. This gave me a lot of relief, but I'm not sure they knew the extent that I was absolutely fucked up. I ordered the cameras and got a new alarm clock. While doing this, I had a silly thought. What if my husband was changing the times? Or what if some lady is living in our walls and comes out at night to fuck me over?
Parasite. Oh, no spoilers, but Parasite.
Is that a movie?
Great movie.
Oh.
Josh, you need to watch it.
Yeah,
so
it's a Korean film that won the Oscar for Best Picture in 2020.
Yeah.
2021?
Sounds about right, but it's
one of those years.
So damn
It's
good.
very good.
I haven't watched many scary movies. Sienna does not enjoy them, so we don't watch them.
I wouldn't say
together.
it's scary. It's more just like a psychological thriller.
Oh, okay. Oh, I could take.
I wouldn't even call it a
out.
psychological thriller.
There are
It's just a thriller.
bloody parts though that come out of nowhere because there's no blood until like the end, and you're like, oh, it's these kinds. It's one of these.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, now back to our psychological thriller.
Sorry.
Ooh.
No, that's okay. I then plugged in so I had these thoughts and then plugged in my new alarm clock, but kept the original alarm clock still plugged in, hidden under my bed. I set my original alarm clock to 6:30 a.m. in secret, then set my new clock to 6:30 a.m. in front of my husband. He let me know we would work through this no matter what, and the cameras would be arriving the next day as well, so this gave me some peace of mind.
If he's doing this is a lot of work for why? For what?
It is.
Yeah, that's
sorry.
What if there's a lady living in their walls, Sean?
Yeah, but but also for what?
Yeah, too much. And if he does do it on purpose, he has too much time in his hands. Like
For real, how are you changing all these clocks?
So we go to bed, but during the night, I woke up to rustling next to me. Opening one eye, I see my husband crouched next to my alarm clock with his phone light on, messing with the settings. I watch him file through the times before resetting it. He then puts the clock back to where I had it and softly got back into bed. I'm stunned. I was wide awake at this point and not going back to sleep. 2 hours later at 3 a.m., my alarm goes off loudly. I jumped and so did my husband. He then looks at his clock and sees that it's 3 a.m. and starts yelling at me. I snapped back that I saw him change the time on my clock to something else. For a moment, we stared at each other in silence before his face went from anger to laughter. He started laughing so hard, his tears were pouring from his face. Through small gasps of air, he let me know that he and one of his friends have been fucking with me for months as a prank.
No.
I was silent and let him continue. It started as a 5 minutes here or there, making me feel like I had poor time management. But then they decided to ramp it up since I didn't catch on to their prank. My husband would change my phone and alarm clock, while his friend, with my extra set of keys, changed the car clock. It was a huge prank, quote unquote. He asked me how I never caught them and even said if he were a stalker murderer, my skin would definitely be on a lampshade right now. Wild thing to say.
Gross. Divorce this fucker.
I didn't know how to feel. I was just kind of relieved that I was in fact not going crazy, but so hurt at the fact that he would do this to me. Put my job in jeopardy, carry on so far, and even yell at me knowing he's the one that sabotaged me. I packed my things and went to my parents, and I filed for divorce 2 days after coming to the conclusion that if he would go this far for a prank, then what else would he go this far for? My parents are backing me up with this, but I'm being bombarded with calls and texts from my soon-to-be ex-husband and his side of the family saying I'm taking this too far. So am I the asshole for ending our otherwise happy marriage for nothing?
No. This is
to like put like
fucking
psychological
insane.
strain in your within your partner, not only affecting their health, affecting their life, affecting their psyche, like
The PTSD alone.
Yes, how is
this.
that even funny?
It's not. Honestly, the 5 minute thing is like kind of annoying, but like at least that's kind of a joke. You know what I mean? Like if you change your
Do
alarm,
it once,
whatever. Once.
Do it once, laugh at it already. Like, gotcha off the bat. Cool, whatever. Not divorceable.
Dude, months for months.
Scheming for months.
No, he was doing it for months. Not even
That is
scheming.
not even
scheming, but
just
like,
doing it.
actually plotting it for like, it's insane behavior.
Yeah. And then like to do it on the day she starts work for the job that she's been gunning for 4 months, I would be fucking furious. Like
400 job applications. Do you know how bad it sucks to apply to jobs? It's the fucking worst. Job hunting is so difficult.
And we're going into recession / kind of been in one. So it's no one's hiring really.
Job hunting is a job in itself, and it is terrible.
Yeah. And so to risk her career over a quote unquote prank, I'd call it psychological terror, is insane. And then like the next day with the date thing, that's so fucked up. Like she thought she was losing her mind. Like thinks she's losing gaps of time. Like
and you went with it.
Girl,
you were like, we can
Yeah.
get you professional help. You know, when you get more stable, we can go to therapy. Like, what? How is this a funny prank?
Like,
don't
in
get
his
it.
mind, where does this end? Where does does he keep just doing it until she's in a psych ward somewhere? Like, that's like
just because we've already talked about like New Girl, this is like evil prank Sinatra, like prank Sinatra times 1,000. This is insane behavior. He taken way too fucking far.
He's worse than Winston.
Yeah.
well, like there's a difference between pranks and just torture. This is torture.
Yeah.
This is torture, straight up. Yeah.
It's like those YouTube channels, like back in like, what would you say, the early?
I don't know. Early 10s.
I don't know, like early 10s, I'd say, where it's like
late
prank
aughts.
ones.
Yeah, I kidnapped my friend.
I don't like those, man.
No, they're fucked up, and it's the same vibe, and I also agree with her for like it's wild. It took her 2 days to file for divorce. I would have been immediate.
She's probably gathering her thoughts, especially by recovering from all the torture that she went through.
Yes, well, and probably looking back on it, she's like, yeah, what else has he done? Like thinking back,
this
like
is fucked up.
Minor inconveniences that she had in her life before.
I don't know
that
how
could be him.
anybody like on her ex-husband's family is like, yeah,
Siding
that's
with
just
his
a
ass.
prank. It's
Well, he
fine.
probably framed it as a prank. You know what I mean? Like they're only hearing
But like,
his side.
how do you frame that into not being fucking psychotic? Like, oh, I just changed the time.
one time.
Yeah, that's probably what he
Dude,
said.
late to work on her first day of work after struggling so hard to get a job, yelling at her multiple times for like not knowing what time it was.
The gaslighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like this is gaslighting
Textbook.
level
Textbook.
1 million.
Yeah, textbook gaslighting, and then he made that weird stalker comment about killing her, basically.
And skinning her alive, essentially. Bro, good thing you learned this time. You dodged the bullet. This guy is serial killer. Look,
What a terrible time to say a joke.
Yeah,
It is a terrible time to say
time.
and the fact that you know that he can execute said premeditated plans, knowing that he might be capable of doing some heinous shit down the
Yeah.
line. So.
Also, how can you trust anything he says going
He
forward?
says
Like,
now.
everything
Right.
would be a lie to me. Like,
Yeah.
that is so huge, this prank. Such a huge prank. It's not even really a prank. It's just fucking gaslight and manipulation. But such a huge thing that they did that, like, how could I trust you with anything? How could I believe anything you say?
Also,
What
this
is the end game, man?
That's what I was wondering.
It's so crazy.
But it's also funny to me. The friend just has nothing better to do than to help.
At 3 in the morning, boy, where do you get the energy, the
Bro.
time?
Fuck.
Do you got work? 'Cause
Yeah.
shit, dude.
I have some good friends, but I don't have good enough friends that I
do
could
that.
ask them to do that. That'd be that's fucking crazy.
Insanity.
Anyway,
Insane.
that was our long one. You guys can see why it was so popular.
Yeah, well, it ain't going on TikTok, but well, Wikimaniacs are gonna enjoy hearing the story.
yeah. Too
There might
long
be a
for
way to
TikTok.
shorten it.
There ain't no way. Like you need all the details, bro.
It is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. Also, yeah, the winter thing never came into. So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's true. I forgot about the winter thing.
So did I when I was originally reading it.
It'll make sense later. I feel like that happens a lot on Reddit posts.
Maybe she's gaslighting us. She's like
Damn.
the ultimate prank.
Wow.
We're all like, when's
She's
the
good.
winter thing come into play? And with that, we're going to close it out for this episode. What did you think?
Long ass episode.
Long ass episode. Were these people assholes? Let us know in the comments down below on YouTube, Discord, or on our subreddit. If you want to hear more, please consider joining our Patreon. We had 2 last stories there that you can hear at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. You unlock those stories as well as bonus episodes and day early episodes. And we do like a monthly bonus one as well. Tons of stuff. Don't forget, you can submit your own Am I the Asshole stories to us. Cross-post them on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki. And yeah, Was there anything else before we close out the episode, guys?
No, we're good.
That's it.
Don't
I need
psychologically
to pee.
torture your partners.
Yeah,
Change
definitely not.
their clocks all the time.
Back and forth,
Don't
back and
ever
forth.
do that.
Until they don't know
Don't
what
do
month
it.
it is.
Write their dates wrong.
Yes.
All of
I
it.
do that anyway. Still 2022 sometimes when I write. Thank you, Sean and John.
That's
for
what
coming
my
on.
that's what my license registration says.
Nice. I like that. Thank you for giving your takes, and thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. We will see you on Monday. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.